Hi guys, it's Jola, the head noisemaker in charge. I hope you guys are doing very, very well. Today, what I would love to do is give 3 recommendations for people trying to get into Nigerian fiction or African fiction and literature. I'm not saying these 3 books are the best in the world. I absolutely adore them. I just find that every time I've recommended them, people I have recommended them to had a wonderful time and have really interesting reviews. So, the first book is Purple Hibiscus by Chimamanda Ngozi Adichie. Purple Hibiscus is her first novel, and I first read it when I was 12 years old, which is a long time ago now. But it's the story of Kambili, a young teenage girl, and her brother Jaja, whose lives change when they go and spend a short holiday with their dad's sister and her family. It covers religion and abusive behavior and the friction between Abrahamic faith and traditional worship, and it's just a really, really interesting. So it's very coming of age, and I think this is a good young adult and adult read actually. So that's my first recommendation. My second recommendation is The Secret Lives of Baba Segi's Wives by Lola. I've read this book multiple times. It's the story of a young woman, Bonanle, who marries Baba Segi, agrees to be his 4th wife, and has sojourned into this chaotic polygamous world. We get to meet his 3 other wives, a few of his very many children, and I think what I really enjoyed about the book was a lot of the innuendo I missed when I was quite young. I just didn't get it. But yeah, it's a book that is very, very funny in some parts and triggering in others, and brings up lots of discussions about love and convenience and greed and lust, and how living in a man's world without asking any questions, taking the easy way out, is not always the easy way out. The third and final book I would like to recommend is not this one, it's this one. It's Stay With Me by Ayobami Adebayo. I read this book I think 3 or 4 years ago now. Yeah, it must have been. And it has quickly become one of my favorite books ever. It's the story of a young couple whose lives change as they search for a child they're trying to conceive, and it's about family obligation and fertility and the messiness of love and honesty, and it's all against the backdrop of Nigeria governments changing from democratic to military. It's really, really interesting, and you also see how people's financial and social circumstances change as the governments change. So it's a really, really interesting book. I love it a lot. And yeah, those are the 3 books I recommend to anyone who's just trying to figure out or get into Nigerian or African literature. Yeah, if you've read any of those books, please share your thoughts below. I'd really love to hear from you. If there are other books you think people who are really just trying to get into African fiction should read, share recommendations in the comment section below. See you soon.